is OnlyFans creating financial independence or exploitation or both?
If you're just doing it for some money, I think it turns out tragic at the end for sure, for the most part.
But y'all know I'm into kink stuff, so I do BDSM stuff and fire and all those other things. So it's not just
fire who?
Yeah, what you burning?
What you burning?
About it. No, listen, I don't kink shame. I want to understand when you say fire, what do you mean? Once again, I'm not shaming.
No. You could never shame me.
Just inquisitive.
You could never. I'm a sexologist. Every year I earn 6 figures on OnlyFans. I got down 120 pounds. And then I had skin removal. So at the time, I was like not that comfortable with the scar at the time. So I used the platform for me to like regain a comfort in being seen naked with it. I go into spaces where I'm nude and lifestyle parties and things like that.
10 years from now, some of your OnlyFans content becomes YouTube content because of because somebody exposed it, recorded the screen or whatever, and your children see it. How do you feel?
They always see me naked. I walk around my house naked all the time.
What's good? What's hood, YouTube? It's your boy Rex. Bumming at you with a brand new video. Hey man, today we got a banging, man. Today we got On-Site Media presents On the Contrary podcast, bro. Title says, is OnlyFans ruining relationships or redefining power? My nigga, first of all, this is a crazy title, Redefining Power? OnlyFans? Bruh, I'm looking at the screen. I never seen this podcast before. I'm looking at the lineup and I'm like, bro, this is a fucking crazy lineup. You got Rico, Mr. Organik, Randi Rossario. But nigga, I'm looking at the middle. Look at this thick shit right here, fool. She gotta be 250, straight boobs and ass. Let me chill out, man. We gonna go ahead and get to the video. For all viewers watching right now, man, I do live reacts. I don't pre-watch clips. I don't wait to the end, none of that. It's a reaction video. You gonna get a reaction. Before we get to the video though, man, if you like the intro to the beginning, be sure to like the video, because if you like the intro, you gonna like the video. Comment you got something to say about the video or me. Subscribe if you know for with the content, man. Without further ado, let's get into it.
So the topic of the week, right, is OnlyFans creating financial independence or exploitation or both.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Dang, I think it's really both. Financial independence. If it's a woman that's already openly sexual and love it, and she just into that type of lifestyle, why not just monetize it? You know what I'm saying? I get it. But if you just really out of desperation, that's kind of sad, to be real. You know what I mean? Because you're going to avoid. I seen so many girls that started just to get some money, and now they despise what they did and they looked a certain way. So it's like, if you just really into sex already and you a wild character, get your money. Might as well monetize it, right. If you're a woman. But if you're just doing it for some money, I think it turns out tragic at the end for sure, for the most part. Yeah.
Well, most women actually don't make money on OnlyFans.
Right. It's like trying to be a rapper, so they be trying to make fun of niggas trying to rap. That's the same thing. Be trying to do your OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying?
They can't really promote it. Right. A lot of times, some of them are keeping the account in secrecy, so they're hoping that people pick up on it. But if you can't actively drive people to it, then it's gonna absolutely, like you said, you're not gonna be really seeing no coin.
Can I ask you, since you have a page, how profitable is it, if profitable at all?
Every year, I earn 6 figures on OnlyFans.
Oh, she only okay. I take back what I said in the intro, my nigga. But is she crushable? Y'all still let me know. Is she crushable? Look at her. She take up the whole seat, dog, and more.
That's profitable.
It's not. I know there's millionaires and whatever, but I don't have sex on my OnlyFans. My content is me and me only. I dance. I wear lingerie. I used to do more masturbation content, but I don't really do as much of that anymore, because I was kind of surprised that the responses that I was getting from a lot of my followers who were crossover, they were coming over there because they felt like it was going to be an easier direct channel to me.
Yeah, to highlight
they're paid, so now they can message me. But they weren't all saying raunchy stuff. They're like, I just love your aura and your energy. It's your goddess. But y'all know I'm into kink stuff, so I do BDSM stuff and fire and all those other things. So it's not just
fire who?
Yeah, what you burning?
What you burning?
About it. No, listen, I don't kink shame. I want to understand, when you say fire, what do you mean?
It's temperature play. So
like hot candle wax, like on
actual fire, like flames on your going.
Wait, so how do you like me? How do you like me on fire
light
and
me
not?
up a match.
Light me up a match, y'all. Light me up a match.
Because you're passive.
Light me up a match.
Are you smoking
Do it. You
scrotums?
wouldn't want to do it with a match.
Well, light me up something. What you mean?
Number one, we actually need fire
Are you
wands.
smoking the scrotums?
Light me up
You
something.
need fire wands. You have to have the right things in place.
If I give you my
I'll show you a
arm,
video. You wanna see
and you
it?
know I want to feel it. You don't make me come. Everybody
No,
don't
that's
subscribe.
not safe.
Not that. That's a torch.
It's not what we.
You have a third degree burn on here.
It sounds crazy.
Everybody
gets
unsubscribe.
Everybody fired. No, that's
No.
God
Hold on, dog. I just gotta take a quick second to reset real quick. I was not expecting this shit to be like this, fool. Nah, they asked a question with an actual OnlyFans star in here. She on this bitch trying to explain herself, fool. Is this really what this video gonna be? They gonna be making her explain herself why she does this shit? That's crazy, fool. You heard what she just said, my nigga? I hope she don't got kids, fool.
He's trying to burn the house down.
Can you do that to me?
Not with that tool. So when you're doing certain types of
He's trying to burn the house.
She just said, "Can you do that to me?" See, bro, what's wrong with these freaks? And I know she got kid. I know she good tattoo. The tattoo, bro. The tattoos tell it all. The tattoos tell they story. You wanna know a bitch story, bro? Look at the tattoos.
Down.
Can you do that to me?
Not with that tool. So when you're doing certain types of things in BDSM, first of all, you got to have certain safety things nearby, like a fire blanket or something like that in the event.
Just in case I light you on fire.
Just in case we're safe.
I'm crying, bro. She a certified freak. She finna teach them how to do it.
Come for your king.
You know the little ones you buy.
Once again, I'm not shaming.
No. You could never shame
Just
me.
inquisitive.
You could never. I'm a sexologist.
There you go.
Quite frankly, I
I'm
talk about like,
crying.
Yeah, she done had sex slaves and all that now.
Yeah. That ran away.
One that moving, goddamn, lost it. Okay.
Shut up.
He think he slick. He sat there on purpose. He think he slick. He think he owes it for. I ain't gonna lie, cause I would do the same shit. Like, hold on, I'm not into that shit, little baby. But you is thick as fuck. You say you a sexologist. I know you can.
You got to know this, Randy.
I submissive. She never
That what it
earned,
said
she
there.
never got to the status of slave.
She was right
for
there.
me.
So what do you
She's close,
think
though.
for you was the most profitable content that you were creating on OnlyFans?
So funny thing is, the video that earned the most money was my very first post, right? In my first year, which was a transparency post. Like, I was letting them know, like, if I'm gonna do this, I got on OnlyFans for two reasons. One, because I sell adult products and social media make it very difficult for you to advertise certain things. So I was like, I wonder if I could use this as a platform, use my product, and then show them what they can do to their woman with my product and then sell it. And it worked. So that was one thing. It wasn't just the direct revenues from OnlyFans.
What's
it
the
was
product?
the conversion of sales that also came from people buying the stuff I used. So that's one end of it. But I did a transparency post. I got on OnlyFans not that long after having my skin removal, right? So I lost a weight from weight loss surgery, and then I got down 120 pounds, and then I had skin removal. So at the time, I was like not that comfortable with the scar at the time. So I used the platform for me to like regain a comfort in being seen naked with it. And I told them, I was like, listen, I can't do this if I can't be real with y'all. Here's my insecurity right now. Here's what I'm working to get confident and comfortable with, because I'm a confident person overall, but I don't love this. And to be honest, a lot of the people on my platform always talked about how much they, like if I didn't mention the scar, they were never paying attention to it. They could see that my body is natural. They could see that my jiggle is my jiggle. So, you know, but it became a lot more profitable. They just like watching me be me.
Yeah, was that what?
Fool, what the fuck is you saying? You do OnlyFans. I ain't seen her shit. I don't know what she be doing on that motherfucker, fool. But you on OnlyFans, dog. It ain't nothing but horny men subscribe to you. Let's not sit here and try to cap and OC the cap. Like, she's trying to OC the cap. Like, make it make sense. Look at you. Nigga, bitch, we trying to see, we gotta see some. The fuck, you thinking shit? She said she weight loss. That's the smartest thing to do. As a bitch, nigga, there ain't no bitches thick like this. That's a unique build. Bruh, you know how you gotta, like, how much you gotta do to get built like this? You gotta eat a lot. Then you gotta get the surgery. Or you gotta OC work out. If you OC work out, it look a lot better. but it's harder to achieve.
They're like, was that some like, finagle to get the more money? Like, I'm transparent, try to get the side story
It
type.
wasn't.
I'm just, you know what I mean?
It
'Cause
wasn't.
you made the most money
Then
on
she
it.
talking about she got in there for confidence, but she on that bit talking about I'm selling my product. I don't understand this shit. But this is a woman talking, so she's trying to make it not seem as bad as it really is. You know?
Might be.
Sob story is
I don't need a
Sob
sob
story.
story. I don't, because I have a lot of women who subscribe. I think a lot of people think,
laughing.
a
I'm
lot of people
for
think
real.
that it's just men.
Stop it, bro.
I want to say that like
Stop it, bro.
Store.
She really on this big
35%
freestyling.
of my subscribers are actually like women.
Okay.
So they follow me. 35% of my subscribers are actually like women.
Okay.
She said 35%. Show me. I know you got the OnlyFans on your phone. Logged in and everything. I know you be checking that bitch daily. She be in that motherfucker recording live on that bitch probably. But I have to see the stats. I don't believe that. 35%? Who the fuck is this?
So they follow me to be more confident too. So,
Burn they
One out.
Right. They, yeah.
If I
Cocking
follow
them
your on OnlyFans, it's because I am
listen, get your
buy one of
dollars
your
worth.
toys
Get your dollars worth,
and
friend.
rub one out. I do have a
I
question
didn't know
for you,
this was
though.
gonna be a
It's
video
little bit
like this.
personal, though.
I don't. I'm open.
So, in a prior episode, you mentioned being in a relationship for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Does your partner ever have any type of insecurities when it comes to your page and your platform on OnlyFans?
So total opposite, but I will say it wasn't always that way. He never had an issue. Let me just say that. He never had an issue, but he did have to increase his comfort. The irony in it is I'm going to be shutting it down very soon. And he's the one like, oh, well, babe, I got this other idea of what you could do on
Yeah,
here.
more money,
Whatever,
shit.
whatever. He actually feeds, we have conversations about it openly, but that's also because I go into spaces where I'm nude and lifestyle parties and things like that. So it's not like me being,
What's a lifestyle party?
for swing.
Oh, she a freak. That's freak off. She probably was a freak off participant. She just said she walk around nude. She walked around nude, fully naked.
Swing lifestyle,
Okay.
kinksters, things like that. So
Swing lifestyle. she be out this bitch getting cranked.
I'm booked to be in these spaces. That's number one, right? And then in addition to that, I'm also a person who practices within the lifestyle. I'm an exhibitionist. I do like being seen. It's a kink for me.
Okay.
I like the idea of them being
Of course she like it. Bro, this is what people don't understand, fool. Imagine a bit on OnlyFans and trying to wipe that up. Like, bro, you can't, bro, they hypersexualized. It is not, bro, there's not that many regular people, like actual normal people that could just sit there and play with themselves all day. Bro, you know how hard it is to want to do that? You got to be certified freak. You have to be a freak.
able to see me in my element, but not touch me.
Is there anything that you could do to us right here for
She said, I'm a
demonstration?
goddess, fool.
You don't have any fire blankets, anything else.
Man, tell that bitch to get up and show what she's trying to, what we want to see. Tell her.
Demonstration is definitely good for us.
Tell her, get up and do what the fuck we want to
Has
see.
he ever appeared on your OnlyFans?
No,
with you?
I don't do any content with any person.
Okay.
I have boundaries, and I think that's important for people to understand. If you're going to, you was talking about on one end, if it's just money,
Yeah.
you have to know what you're going into it for.
Yeah.
You have to know what your limitations are.
Got
Yeah,
to.
she
Me,
definitely look
I
like
never
she-
had an interest
she
in
running
doing
shit,
content
though.
with others.
Okay.
I
She
would
just-
never do
she get that
anything on
energy.
that I couldn't explain to my child.
I would be insecure. I'd be
so
mad.
You brought it up. Cool. And this is my last question because it ain't my
He
turn.
said he'll be insecure. He'd be mad. I ain't gonna lie. It just depends on like what she really doing and how she. Because if she out here cranking motherfuckers like on some real OC shit, hell yeah, she cool. Like I can, you know. But if she on that motherfucker getting cranked, if you doing the cranking, I'm cool. But if you getting cranked, there's no chance in the world, baby.
Go ahead.
10 years from now, some of your OnlyFans content becomes YouTube content because of because somebody exposed it, recorded the screen or whatever, and your children see it. How do you feel?
They
How do you
always see
explain
me
that?
naked. I walk around my house naked all the time.
I'm glad I got the mama I got. Cause that is crazy. Bro, what? You walk around your house naked in front of your kids? You forcing them to be hypersexualized. Fool. No, she just ruined her kids' whole fucking sexual mental understanding, bro. Man, I'm glad I got the mama I got.
I don't have an issue explaining it in my body, and my career is in the sex industry as is. Not that
She basically saying, fool, she don't hide it at all because she don't give a fuck. She don't give a fuck what nobody think. She don't care. She don't care how her kids feel. Because I promise you, if she sat there and asked her kids, do they want this shit to happen? They would say no. But I bet you she one of the mamas that you ain't finna say nothing back to. She said she in that kinky shit. She said she walk around the crib naked in front of her kids, bro. I don't think people understand how crazy that is. That is, bro, imagine waking up, nigga, you walk in the kitchen and you see your mama ass just out. Every day though. They go say, bro, I wouldn't even come out my fucking room. This shit crazy.
Where is sex work in a form of like prostitution or anything like that? But I am a clinical sexologist.
Right.
So I don't have closed-minded views about any area of the industry. So if you go to my Instagram page, you're going to see me in a lingerie piece that I sell, right? Which is covered up with just a bra and a thong, and then you see the nets and or whatever. It's not that much far off from
So certain
full
things
nudity.
are already normalized.
Hey, I'm crying, fool. Where is the Instagram though? No Instagram on this bitch. Oh, y'all know Z.
And not necessarily taboo as it would be with, some maybe traditional people.
Traditional people. My household is not traditional.
Oh, you're naked.
Yeah,
mom.
tell her that the submissive she was talking about, she was watching the kids and
Yeah.
Wait, what? Wait, sorry, what? Huh? No, stop. Wait.
He said, tell him.
she got to catch up.
She do.
Can you tell her, please?
So in the kink and BDSM lifestyle, I'm a switch, which means that I can be submissive or dominant. Right? Depends on who I'm interacting with or what the energy is.
She said, I'm a switch. Bitch, you flexible.
Bottom line is typically I do take on female subs. I've had male subs as well, but they don't get the access that the women may have. But I've taken on female subs, and in
So I'm crying.
order to be a submissive
So this,
to
okay,
me,
so she OC. So she OC. Yeah, she cranking them. She cranking them for sure.
one of the biggest requirements is that you have domestic abilities.
So you be having girlfriends.
Not girlfriends. It's not that
Chubs.
commitment. That's not the dynamic. Because there are people who have
So basically she say it's for females. Her content for females. So she cranking the fuck out the females. But she said 35% is that's watching is females. But she's saying she cranking the females though. She said she does have submissive men sometimes, but it's mostly females. I'm just trying to peep. That's what I gather so far. I'm trying to peep the whole story. That's what I gather so far.
dynamics and versus relationships. So relationships, commitment, emotional, we going for the long run, we working towards marriage and all that other stuff. No.
Right.
Dynamics don't have to be that.
So when you want them to be domestic, what do you want from them?
So that could be performing things around the house. That could be cleaning. That could be washing clothes. That could be organizing.
Wait, how did it,
Domestic. So that's like a pet. Motherfucker said, hey, I want pet around the crib. Nah, for real though, like, hey, I want a motherfucker that's gonna walk around the crib or whatever I want. I ain't gotta pay though. She OC fool. I ain't gonna lie. I know whoever she with, her man, he definitely he set up. Cause at the end of the day, like, she walking around naked at the crib, dog. So he already, you know what I'm saying? That is crazy, fool.
wasn't there something with the kids about?
Yeah, the kids,
Yeah,
the submissive be watching the kids and everything too.
My submissive
Okay,
used to
so
watch
this-
my children.
Yeah, you gotta think about that.
And that was presented as a friend or a nanny?
Yeah, they don't know her as like my
Okay.
sub.
Yeah, she ain't walking around and got nothing
Let's
strap
be
on
clear.
and
My
shit.
youngest
They
is
ain't doing
4,
that.
first of all. We don't have conversations that are not age appropriate with children. And I think I'm a very big person on appropriation.
Right.
So they get introduced to things that's appropriate for them at that age level. But
But you walk around the house naked.
and my oldest child is
Rico,
on
what you
the
think of that,
autism
Rico?
I'm having a disconnect here, right? So, So the kids are being watched by somebody who is ultimately going to be your sex.
They already are.
Stop
Ain't
saying,
ultimate.
see, this is the problem with it. BDSM doesn't mean sex, right? So I want to clarify.
But
I want to clarify.
going on now.
Sex.
The one with the
She and I, and he and I.
yeah, that went crazy.
But I'm saying
What's the S stand for in BDSM?
It's submission is one of the four, and then
Okay.
sadomasochism is another one. Like,
Okay.
Each letter has different, can have more than one meaning. But to answer your question, right? She would be no different than a nanny, right? Someone who's in the household, performing things around the house, taking care of the children. And that's the understanding of the relationship between her and my children, right? Because my children are not in my bedroom. My children are not in my dungeon. My children are not in those spaces. They're 4 and 13 and they're doing age appropriate kids.
But I mean, you on fucking national YouTube saying this shit. So there is no way that your kids won't not see this shit though. They won't not hear this. Like they will hear this. They will hear this. So at what point in time are you really gonna look at your life and be like, and stop trying to make excuses for it? Fool, you freaked out. You're freaked out. Your husband freaked out. Your fam freaked out. They gonna be freaks. You walk around the house naked, bro. That is not fucking normal. I ain't gonna lie. In the comments right now, did your mama ever walk around your house naked, dog? And like, did you look? Cause like, what did you? If they looking, if it's normal, bro, that mean they looking. And so if they looking and he's 4, nigga, he's finna be walking around. He's finna be walking around his fucking school, ripping shirts off the t-shirts and shit, bro. He want to see titties.
Things. So I want you to understand this. There's actually far more vetting and a far more detail-oriented a lot of people even practice in regular.
Tell what happened when she got like on the drugs and went crazy.
I'm gonna tell you.
Tell them.
When she got on drugs and went crazy. So let me say this. What you have in BDSM, you eventually form contracts. That is a form of a negotiation. So for a period of time, just like when you date in a person, you're assessing how well you mesh. Once you kind of feel like y'all are in a space where you're like, okay, I'm comfortable proceeding, you put things and boundaries and things in place. Any violation of that contract could be a termination of that dynamic. So what he's talking about.
Yeah, you got to hit the story, brother. It's wild.
She's not somebody who used to do like edibles and stuff like that a lot. So I was home, going home or whatever the case is. She was coming into town the next day, but because she was up and had energy, she said, oh, goddess, can I come tonight? I said, sure. She took an edible.
She called her goddess too, by the way. That's the appropriate interaction.
That's what she called me. Essentially, and I'm not gonna go long-winded because this ain't even the topic.
Yeah.
She took more of an edible than she should have. It was a certain amount of milligrams, and we was like, oh, don't take this much, don't da-da-da. She did some silly and took the whole edible, right? And then later on that night, I started to notice, okay, she's a little off. So I sent her to another room, let her lay down, put a cover over her, like, listen, I need you to sleep, I need you to relax, or whatever the case is. I went back to my bedroom. I would continue to go and check on her and make sure she was good because I could tell she couldn't handle the dosage that she took and she really needed to sleep it off, except she didn't sleep it off.
She didn't.
So I'm in my room and after like 40 minutes go by, I go back to check on her again to see if she's okay or whatever the case is, and she's not there, right? She had left the house, she had went and got her car.
So she broke the contract.
Oh, she broke it for sure.
Yeah. So she was doing all this. So I had her location, right? I'm looking on my phone and I'm seeing her on the highway doing donuts, like
Yelling out the window like Joker. Like Dark Knight.
I'm like,
He acting like he done heard the story before. He always say, I'm already knowing he cranking a bitch. She over here capping. There's no way you just cranking women. First of all, you got some male slaves walking around your crib talking about they nannies, fool. So you got male subs. She all the way freaked out. But do you record that? Like, hey, the content crazy. I'm not going to sub. This shit dumb. I'm not going to sub just to see this shit. She just cranked. She cranked me. She cranked you. We're all cranked right now.